Throughout history, the world has been shaped by warriors whose names are etched into the annals of time. They've fought battles, led armies, and created legends. But for every well-known hero whose story has been told time and time again, there are countless others whose incredible feats remain hidden in the shadows. These are the untold stories of legendary soldiers who, despite their remarkable achievements, have been largely forgotten by mainstream history. Today, we delve into the lives of these unsung heroes, epic warriors who defied the odds and left an indelible mark on the world. Our journey starts in the ancient world, with a warrior who was both feared and respected by his enemies. His name was Vercingetorix, a Gallic chieftain who led a united resistance against Julius Caesar's conquest of Gaul. Born into a time of political turbulence and constant warfare, Vercingetorix rose to prominence as a military genius, uniting the fractured Gallic tribes under his leadership. What set him apart from other leaders of the time was his tactical brilliance. He understood the importance of strategic retreats, scorched earth tactics, and guerrilla warfare, tactics that would later become the hallmark of resistance movements throughout history. His most famous battle, the Siege of Alesia, was an epic showdown between his forces and Caesar's legions. Although Vercingetorix ultimately surrendered, his valiant stand inspired future generations of warriors and military leaders. From the battlefield of ancient Gaul, we move to the vast plains of Mongolia, where one of the greatest conquerors in history was born. Genghis Khan, born Temujin, was a warrior of unparalleled skill and vision. He was not just a military leader, he was a strategic mastermind who understood the power of unity, discipline, and innovation. Under his leadership, the Mongol Empire became the largest contiguous empire in history, stretching from the Pacific Ocean to Eastern Europe. But Genghis Khan's rise to power was anything but easy. He faced numerous challenges, including the betrayal of his own family and the harsh environment of the Mongolian steppes. Yet, through sheer determination, he became the undisputed ruler of the Mongol tribes. His army was a formidable force, known for its speed, precision, and ruthless efficiency. Despite his reputation as a conqueror, Genghis Khan was also known for his tolerance of different cultures and religions, making him a surprisingly progressive leader for his time. Next, we travel to the Eastern Mediterranean, where the legend of Leonidas I, the King of Sparta, still echoes through history. Leonidas is best known for his heroic stand at the Battle of Thermopylae in 480 BCE, where he and a small force of 300 Spartans made their last stand against the vast Persian army led by King Xerxes. The story of the 300 has become a symbol of courage, sacrifice, and honor in the face of overwhelming odds. However, the true story of Leonidas is much more complex than the simplified myth that has been passed down through generations. Leonidas was not just a warrior. He was a king who understood the political and military importance of his actions. By standing his ground at Thermopylae, he bought valuable time for the Greek city-states to prepare for the Persian invasion. His death, though tragic, galvanized the Greeks, leading to a decisive victory at the Battle of Plataea, which ultimately halted the Persian advance into Europe. While the ancient world is filled with stories of legendary warriors, the Middle Ages brought forth a new breed of soldiers, those who fought in the name of faith and honor. One such warrior was Joan of Arc, the French peasant girl who became a symbol of resistance during the 100 Years' War. At the age of just 16, Joan began hearing voices, which she believed were messages from saints, telling her to help Charles VII reclaim the throne of France from English occupation. Despite her lack of formal military training, Joan led French troops to several key victories, most notably the Siege of Orléans in 1429. Her courage and determination earned her the loyalty of her soldiers and the admiration of the French people. However, her journey was not without sacrifice. In 1430, she was captured by the English and put on trial for charges ranging from witchcraft to heresy. She was ultimately burned at the stake at the age of 19. Joan's legacy, however, lived on, and she was canonized as a saint by the Catholic Church in 1920. Her story continues to inspire millions around the world, not just as a warrior, but as a symbol of unwavering faith and resilience. The story of Joan of Arc brings us to the world of samurai, the noble warriors of Japan, who followed a strict code of conduct known as Bushido. One of the most legendary samurai was Miyamoto Musashi, a swordsman who became famous for his skill in combat and his philosophical writings. Musashi's life was filled with battles, duels, and a relentless pursuit of mastery. He fought in over 60 duels, never losing a single one. His most famous duel was against Sasaki Kojiro, a renowned swordsman who was known for his own exceptional skill. The duel took place on the remote island of Funajima in 1612. Musashi, known for his unorthodox style, arrived late to the duel, using the time to mentally prepare and throw his opponent off guard. The duel ended with Musashi defeating Kojiro in a single stroke, cementing his place in history as one of the greatest swordsmen to ever live. Musashi's book, The Book of Five Rings, remains a fundamental text for martial artists, business leaders, and anyone seeking to understand the principles of strategy and discipline. The next legendary soldier in our story hails from the world of the American Civil War. Mary Edwards Walker was a surgeon and one of the few women to serve as a contracted surgeon in the Union Army. Despite the obstacles and prejudices she faced, Mary was determined to contribute to the war effort. She served on the front lines, treating soldiers and performing surgeries under the most challenging conditions. In 1864, she was captured by Confederate forces and spent several months in a prison camp before being released in a prisoner exchange. Mary's bravery and service were recognized by President Andrew Johnson, who awarded her the Medal of Honor, making her the first and only woman to receive this prestigious military honor. Her legacy as a pioneer for women in the medical field and the military remains an inspiration to this day. In the 20th century, one of the most iconic warriors was Audie Murphy, one of the most decorated American combat soldiers of World War II. Murphy's story is nothing short of extraordinary. At just 19 years old, he enlisted in the U.S. Army and served in some of the most intense and brutal battles in Europe. His courage in battle was unmatched. In one of the most famous incidents of his service, he single-handedly held off an entire German company while wounded, preventing them from advancing and allowing his comrades to retreat. Murphy was awarded the Medal of Honor, along with numerous other decorations. After the war, he became a Hollywood actor, starring in over 40 films, including one based on his own life. Audie Murphy's story is a testament to the indomitable spirit of a soldier who fought not for glory, but out of duty and love for his comrades. Finally, we must mention the special forces of the modern era, warriors who operate in the shadows, often undertaking missions that are shrouded in secrecy. One such soldier is Chris Kyle, a U.S. Navy SEAL sniper whose autobiography, American Sniper, was later adapted into a film. Known as the most lethal sniper in U.S. military history, Kyle's career spanned over a decade of service in Iraq. His story is not just about the number of kills, but about the toll that warfare takes on a soldier's soul. Kyle's unwavering commitment to his country and his brothers in arms made him a legend in the world of modern warfare, but his tragic death in 2013, at the hands of a fellow veteran, was a stark reminder of the lasting psychological effects of combat. These are just a few of the countless warriors whose stories remain untold by the mainstream. From ancient battlefields to modern warfare, their courage, sacrifice, and determination have shaped history in ways we can never fully comprehend. Their legacies may not be as well known as others, but their contributions to the world are no less significant. The untold stories of these legendary soldiers remind us that heroism comes in many forms, and often the greatest warriors are the ones who fight not for fame, but for something far greater: honor, duty, and the defense of what they believe in.